Hello my dear friends, Reshma here, welcoming all of you with a big heart filled with lots and lots of love. It's quite after some time I'm here for this blogging thing. And for quite some time we haven't been able to deliver and post any blogs because I was very busy, firstly one thing, and secondly I was not keeping well also. Even now I do have a very bad cough. So obviously you have to talk and things like that, and the cough becomes so bad that at times I can't even talk at all. So that's another reason why we have to halt and stall the post and the shoots. So after quite some time, even I am also a little nervous today with the thought what could I share with you all today. And the thing is, in this meantime, so many times, so many of my friends, keep on messaging me and things like, people say one thing, I don't know, how, what do I say also? They say, Reshma, how you keep so much calm and how you keep so much radiated, full of energy every time. And obviously your calmness and your super hyper energy, which is two contradictory things, but you maintain it so well every time. And whenever we are around you, we just feel a kind of a storehouse, an explosion of either energy, and along with that, a certain calmness, that how you have it. So obviously the thing is, I myself also don't know. It's like whatever you say, I just shared that with you. I really don't know how much energy storehouse or calm I remains. But obviously certain things I try consciously. Because I always believe our channel is for what we have to share it, so that we can empower each other more. We can be there and become more supportive with each other, so that our little experiences, little learning, little knowledge helps each other, and we grow all together and embrace this journey called life. So yes, with the passing ages, passing years, consciously I have tried, and still I do try, embracing certain things to keep my calm. As far as energy is concerned, well, I don't know that much, but as far as mental attitude is concerned, yes, I do try. You can say certain hacks somewhere, and it is not always I become 100% successful, but obviously certain things we have to try. Because everything is not going to be on a platter, and it's not going to be a piece of cake every time. So there are certain things. So I just felt like, why not sharing with you all, because many of you also want to know. And as I always say, whatever I know I definitely would love to share. So there are certain pointers, not like 1, 2, 3, 4, but definitely for some. And the thing is, I have a very forgetful memory, so at times I have to jot down also. So the first thing, one of the first thing that I try to keep my calm is this thing, embracing the positive thinking. Now it is one of the first thing I try with the ages, especially while I'm growing. Now, how to embrace positive thinking? This is obviously one core thing, because now the environment has become so often negative with every one of us. So much competition, so much comparison, so much pressure, so much have to things. So it just really becomes very difficult. But still, the thing is, the situations are going to be like that. It's going to be like that always with every one of us. But there's the point is, here comes, one of Gandhiji's principle. You cannot change the outside world. You cannot change the others. You can just change yourself. So here it is about the attitude, that what I can do to maintain my calm. So one of is positive thinking. Let me just give you a little example to make it more clear. Say for example, you might have had a tough fight with somebody on whatever thing. Now the thing is, obviously whenever we do have a fight, or like things we are not gelling with certain ideas, things like that, it may happen, and it happens. So what to do during that? Obviously our mood gets haywire. So those are the times, obviously we have to maintain the calm. So what personally I do during those time, if the situation gives me that privilege, I try to take myself off from that place, cut off from that place. If I do have a room, or I have a certain place where I can go for seclusion, or even going to the restroom also, the point here is I need to cut myself off from that negative situation for that time being, because till the moment I am there in that, it is going to impact me and affect me. We are not saint. We are not like, to that realm that nothing touches us. It doesn't happen like that. So the point is, and then we have to cut ourselves off from that source of negative energy. Now, even if it means going to the restroom, go there, so that we get away. And that time, the point here I was talking about, having a positive attitude. So that time, how to have that positive attitude? How to, when situation is not like that, I do have a fight, I cut off myself from that energy, I went into the restroom or somewhere in the silence. So there the positive thing is, rather than thinking over what the fight I was having with that person for whatever thing, the point is here to stop myself from that. Even that little bit of stopping is also a positive thing at that time. Because once we allow that positivity, that seed of positivity, by cutting that negative thing for that moment, that starts germinating slowly, but yes, definitely. Then washing the face and things like that, and then at least thinking that this water with which I'm splashing my face and the eyes, this is something I do have. This is something I must be grateful for. This is I have. It could have happened at that time there's no water in the restroom. It could have happened. It could have happened that you don't even have a restroom around that area. It could have happened you don't have a room in that place where you get into that kind of a situation. The thing is, here you are getting these things. So that in itself is a privilege. So focusing on that is a positive thing. Positive thing or thinking positive need not be always big things. Positivity, how much positive or what is positive, depends on what the negative is at that particular period of time. And according to that source of negativity, whatever we cultivate at that point of time, which takes ourselves off from that source of negative energy, that's what is positivity is all about. So when we start doing these things little by little, yes, after a point of time, it slowly starts becoming a kind of a habit. Now, most of the time, people say, they can't make me angry. Yeah, I do. There are times, I will be getting, kind of up with my nerves. But the thing is, one can hardly provoke me to get into a fight. And the thing is, again, if somebody is trying to create certain thing, and if it is possible in your hand not to get into it, if the person is saying in that case, 2 plus 2 is 10. So say, yeah, it's fine, 2 plus 2 is 10. We don't have to always say, no, 2 plus 2 is 4. Not at all. If the other person is happy saying 2 plus 2 is 10, let it be like that. Because that's what my positivity is. Why I have to get carried away in an argument with a nonsense, right? So as I always say, positivity or positive thinking is not about big things, but it is all about how we are cultivating in the source of negative those little dots that are taking us away and off and cutting us off from that negative energy or the source. So this is one. And another thing that I try, these are the things, as I always say, I consciously try. And then the next thing is having this clear, setting those goals, clear goals, achievable goals. So many times we have the big dreams, and we always say, when you dream for the stars, you get to the moon. Yeah, I know. But many a times when we dream for the stars, it becomes very hard for us. So I try what is that that breaking those those dreams or those goals, break them into small achievable thing, so that there should not be a point of time when we get frustrated thinking, oh no, the star is so far away. How am I going to reach? So rather than thinking like that, if we make that journey and cut it into achievable steps, in that case we go say 100 mile, and then we can say now to I reach the 100 mile. It's like climbing the Mount Everest. First you go to the first target is the base camp. Yes, I reached the base camp. I'm happy, giving myself a pat on my back. Yes, and then going say another few thousand meters, and then that was the second base camp. So I reached there. Once again giving myself a kudo and tapping my back and appreciating myself, which is very important. So in this way, and that's what I do, like during the shoots or during my work or during so many times, I try to make the framing in a way where I know this much I can do. I do not try to put a whole lot of things together where I know probably it is going to be very difficult, probably I'll not be able to deliver, and if that happens I'll become frustrated, because at the end of the day we are all a human being. So yes, keep your dreams alive, keep your motivations alive, keep your focuses, but break them into part by part. Even when I'm fighting with certain things, I don't think about the big thing. When I fight certain thing, I know I have to, we all have our fights. That day I take the things at a time. At a time, this is my day, this is the day of my fight, I have to fight this, whatever happens. So that time, for that moment, my focus gets 100% on it. That this is the time I have to fight, what I have to do, what I do not have to do, what I should not do, complete focus on that. And once those few hours of fight or things are done, then I am off. Then I appreciate myself if I could have maintained that, that sequence that I already have thought for that particular few hours. So that's what, thinking about the achievable goals, which is very important, because these are the hacks, as I said, I try every day. Now there is, another thing that I try consciously is prioritizing the self-care. Yes, it's very important. Most often it happens, especially, with a middle-aged person like us and so many others, irrespective of men, women. We get so much engrossed with our responsibilities, with our so many other things, that so often we tend to forget who we are. And so often we forget to take care of ours. And taking care of ours is not just physical, not just mental, it is not just emotional. Taking care means it's as a whole, it's a complete package. Yes, I may be a mother. I do have certain responsibility. I am responsible towards so many people who works with me. Yes, I am responsible. But along with that, I am responsible to other so many people who I try, whose careers to, build it in a certain way. I am responsible. But the thing is, I am responsible towards my own self also. And how am I responsible towards my own self? Loving myself. It's important. If I don't love myself, if I do not have a kind of a self-care routine for myself, then how am I going to take care of so many people towards whom I am responsible? People whom I work with, who works with me, who works for me, my family, my kids, then the people whose careers I try to build. How am I going to? Now the thing is, what is the self-care routine? The thing is, little thing. I love to have, good quality of tea and coffee. So yes, that is very important for me. I prioritize that. Whenever I get good quality tea, good quality coffee, I buy it. It's a very little thing, but it's very important for me. I don't eat breakfast, never. So those cup of teas and cup of coffees is very, very important to me. Then keeping myself happy. I love reading. So whenever I go to a bookstore, I pamper myself buying the books. Then, keeping myself happy. This is my puppy. He is Zig. So I love, pampering them. This also gives me so much happiness. Again, I love gifting people. for no reason. It should not be birthday or something, no. And when it brings a smile on their faces, those sudden shock thinking, why am I getting this gift kind of a thing, it just gives me so much happiness. So these are all prioritizing. I go to the the parlors. I spend at times hours also with my hairstyling, hair coloring, and so many things. Yeah, that is prioritizing myself. So in this way, I mean, little things. I love having my pastries. So many a times, I bake the pastry that I love personally. I don't care whether that time others love it or not. If they don't, I make something else for them. But I make the stuff that is very important to me, which I love. I love to have my dinner. Normally, I don't get that much of time to have my lunch. Most of the time, I don't even also. I don't have, most of the time. And with breakfast, I never eat my breakfast. So the thing is, dinner is very important for me. I always ensure that I have those food that I love to eat. So yes, in this way, today I have shared a certain of the hacks that I do as far as, prioritizing my self-care is concerned. I love to wear beautiful dresses. Yes, I go and buy at times. So I love, my garden, sitting here, tending the trees, being with them, enjoying their company. I love this thing. So these are self-prioritizing. So many times I love self-introspection, just being in the silence. There are times I cut myself off completely from anyone and everyone. I get in my zone, maybe with my book, with my cup of tea, or I love, listening the songs. So I have to just cut myself off. Yeah, these are self-prioritizing. And people say when you are a mother, you are responsible towards so many things. Like you have to give all. No. It's nothing like that. Until and unless I do love myself, how can I love the others? Right? So this is another little hack. So in this way, I'm going to, if I have to share all my hacks in this one post, it's going to be a very long one. So definitely I'm going to share the other small hacks that I consciously try in my own life to keep my calm, as you all say, and my energy level. So yes, thank you, my dear friends. Wishing all of you a very happy time. Share your cup of tea and coffee. Bye. Thank you. Bye.